Aquarius, thank you so much for returning as a subscriber to Steampunk Psyche. That was so cool. I appreciate you. If you're brand new or if you're cross watching, come in, join the channel, okay? Subscribe, like on the videos. I'm trying to gain at least 100 subscribers. That is my little footprint that I would like to set as a goal. So, anyway, I appreciate everybody who stops in, okay? We're going to take a look at Aquarius in a 16 card reading, okay? We're going to take a look at your present energy for obvious reasons, right? And we're going to look at some crossing challenges. We're going to take a look underneath the hood, so to speak. Recent past. We're going to take a look at all kinds of aspects, okay? Keep in mind, these are just energies. They sometimes apply, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the first two cards people peel away from the channel. And let me tell you, I'm not disappointed. I'm not trying to clickbait you. I'm not here to sugarcoat any answers. I'm not here to give you a vending machine answer, okay? I want to let the archetype, I'm from Oklahoma, I can say that. I'm going to let the archetypes speak for themselves and let the energy help guide us, through this. I will try to utilize the best possible scenarios that I can to help kind of verify the cards. But like I said, I kind of like to let the archetypes speak and do their job, okay? So if you're willing to hang on with me, it's going to be a little bit of an extended reading than the other readings, but we'll get through these together, okay? Okay, so Aquarius, two cards are going to come out. First card is going to be your present energy, and the second card will be your crossing challenge. The first card to come out talks about emotional turmoil, emotional chaos. It could very well speak about fighting. It could be talking about ego clashes. It could be talking about, I don't agree with you anymore. This relationship sucks. Oh, yeah? Well, I think your face is ugly. Okay, that's pretty harsh, but you get what I'm trying to say. So this could apply, could not apply. But what I mean is there's something that's taken place from 2025 up to 26 is what we're looking at, okay? Over the past, we're at our last quarter reading. We're going into Capricorn season. Brand new year. Holidays are here. So much shit going on, right? Okay, that is your present energy. Doesn't have to be, could be. The second card to come out, the Star, as your challenge. We could be talking about an Aquarius, a fixed sign in your timeline. That is your challenge. Some dude, some woman. What is it? It may apply, may not. However, the Star card challenge talks about the 7 chakras. See the little 7 stars? Talking about your chakra center, keeping aligned, keeping balanced. Are you staying balanced? Are you staying well fed, well hydrated? Are you exercising? Are you meditating? Are you, you know, okay, here's another one that a lot of people don't say. Are you dreaming enough? Are you putting your desires first? Are you working on your self esteem? Are you staying motivated? That type of thing. So the star card could represent those things, but it really represents a balance, okay? The archetype talks about the balance between your spiritual self, pouring the water. We could be talking about a water sign as well, or any of the water signs. But it's pouring from one to the other and balancing out your spiritual side with your manifested life side, what's taking place, okay? Those are the challenges. Those are some energies. Hang in there and we'll get to it, all right? So the next card the next 4 cards we're going to talk about, okay, are going to be what's lying underneath. This could possibly be some shadow work, you guys. Might be tough to watch. I don't know. You're probably peeling away already. Like, nope, I want that vending machine answer, and that's okay. Maybe this channel's not for you, but maybe it is. The Page of Pentacles, what's lying underneath. So this could be an offering, okay? This could be you offering a position for somebody. Maybe you're in a business, you own a business. Doesn't have to be that case, but it could be. Perhaps what's lying underneath is you need some finances that are going to be a new way to make money, a new resource. Perhaps you're a YouTuber. Perhaps you're starting a channel, okay? And you're going to use this as a way to make some money. Perhaps you do a side business where you sew, you cook, you clean. But there could be an opportunity underneath here that perhaps you haven't looked at or that you are looking into, lying underneath. Your second card, more of an emotional card, the 5 of Cups. No, it's not terrible. Don't peel away just yet. I'll explain why. This is, this feeling that maybe you were defeated in something, okay? Something came up against you in a certain way and left you with a little bit of an emotional scarring, a little bit of a wounding scenario. But it also talks about the boundaries that you're no longer going to allow. You know it's going to be tough for you to fix this, but it's okay. You got 2 cups behind you, but you're looking down as though there was a bit of a defeat in something, some situation of some kind. Something happened, and it left you kind of feeling in that little bit of defeated type of scenario. Totally okay. It happens to all of us, right? The next card, the next card to come out in the foundations of underneath, you have pulled back. Okay, you have been in hermit mode. You have been in the hanged man position. This is a deliberate hanging. This person was not hung by particular people. Somewhere along the way, maybe you realized that there was an investment you needed to make. Maybe there was a knowing that I'm going to walk away from those that no longer emotionally fulfill me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time to get in my own headspace right here, this crown chakra upside down. It's an old way of letting the blood run to your head, right? Because the more oxygen and the more blood you get to the brain, it opens up the brain, gives you ideas. Now, if you're standing on your head for hours on end, it can make you dizzy and nauseous. I'm just trying to tell you. But that used to be an old way to do things. But it's a deliberate hanging and the position that he's in, okay? I'll talk more about that later on in the channel. However, something deep inside of you has gone into a deep introspection, okay? Now, you also had a tower moment. Some shocking news. Also, in your head, crown chakra right up here, okay? The foundations of some belief system that possibly you had, some kind of a relationship, maybe an investment in money that you made. Like I said, there are lots of Aquarians out in the world, so take what resonates with you or fits. But you're gonna have to know, you'll have to remember, 2025 was this happened to me, right? Something. But the foundations came crumbling down, which is a great card, by the way. I love the tower. Not only does it break away the limitations and fears, but it forces it down. And it forces you to stop and focus in on something. So whatever happened in 2025 moving into 2026, there you go. Pay attention to this, okay? Now, your second round of cards is your recent past, okay? We could have had a third-party situation in the recent past. Somebody got involved in your relationship. Somebody may have introduced themselves as a friend and ended up not being a friend. Or in the recent past, you met some people, okay? I took the negative spin because it followed the tower. Doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. I'm just saying I followed that through that first card to recognize this as in the recent past. So it could also mean that you began to be like part of a community, a sisterhood with somebody. It doesn't have to be in the passive or a female. It can also talk about male or a masculine energies as well. But you involved yourself with something that was reciprocated, something that showed a union, something that was, it felt good, okay? It felt supportive, all right, in nature. So whatever that was for you in the recent past, good. Next card, the Lovers, recent past. Perhaps this was a relationship. Like I said, the Lovers was in the reversed position though, okay? Doesn't change anything other than the fact that perhaps this relationship may have been severed by lack of communication, lack of support. This could have been a divorce. That could have been part of that tower. Excuse me. Definitely lack of communication. I just coughed. I'm going to take that as a sign. I always do. Don't believe in coincidences. Now, I've also had allergies too, but I'm just saying. But when the Lovers comes out in reverse position, what it means is there was a need for some type of situation to reciprocate, and it didn't. Some kind of agreement, and it didn't. Some kind of it could have been the loss, like I said, of a particular relationship as well. But it came out in the reverse, which is going to also be verified by this Five of Swords. Take what applies. It doesn't have to. It could have been, like I said, a separation of, a twin flame union. It could have been a soul contract with somebody that just didn't take place. And perhaps that Three of Cups reciprocated. It felt so good. It was like a moment where it was really you experienced. You had the emotional experience. The Cups talk about emotions, right? But the Five of Swords also comes out. So something in that recent past felt a little bit like winning at what cost. It felt that, I had to say something. I had to do something. Maybe I had to be the one only moving forward to this. Maybe it was not maybe some words were exchanged. Okay. Maybe there was a disagreement about something and somebody had to walk away, but it didn't feel like a win. It felt like a loss, of some type. So whatever that situation was for you, 2025 coming into 2026, you have to apply that where that means. You'll just have to remember, okay? Keep in consideration your present energy was that Five of Wands. Now I know you don't want to reflect back on that, okay? Maybe that's hard to look at, JT. I don't want to go there. You have to go there. You got to sit in the pain in order to alchemize, right? Your star card is your challenge. You got to alchemize it. People don't want to hear that. I know it sucks, right? I'm alone. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm all these. I get it. I get it. Okay. But you're really not. You're not alone. You're never alone. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. In the recent past, this could have been a very supportive energy. She's very nurturing. She has that aspect of that luxury. Something in your life felt for the first time, maybe I felt supported, luxury. I felt spoiled. I felt, maybe this energy from that lovers is what, in that reciprocated energy at the time made you feel this. It made you feel important, made you feel special, whatever it was, okay? And that's in the recent past, right? Doesn't mean that you're not still in that way or couldn't still be in that way. It just means that something in that past reminded you that you could experience something. Maybe it was for the first time you hit the lottery, or that's kind of a tough one, for people who don't have a lot of money. But maybe there was a moment where you came into some money, or you realized you had the potential to really reach and be something, or be in a position where this could take place. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the possibilities of Aquarius. Okay. How about that? The Ace of Wands. Now, yes, this could be referring to a very highly romantic, sexual type relationship. I would. And the thing of it is it also represents a breakthrough, an emotional clarity, and a eureka moment of something that just hits you like, holy shit, that's incredible. It could represent that too. I know I kind of went overboard, but I'm just saying. And it could also talk about passion, fire, and energy of love and lust and all the wow, right? I'm just saying. Now, get this, right? Here's the good thing. You're healing, okay? You're healing. The possibilities here, you're healing. You're healing your heart, okay? And you're doing that by that 7 chakra balance. You're doing that by alchemizing your past traumatic wounds, things that took place. That's what's happening. Maybe you don't realize that. Maybe that's moving from 2025 into 26 is why there's so much chaos around you. You're changing and there's ego clashes. Everybody else is seeing you change and they're not changing with you. And so that's what hardens your heart sometimes. Not that people won't give you a break. It's that they're seeing you change and they're just pissed that they can't follow you. They can't follow your lead. So here's the possibilities as well. Like I said, fire, romance, Ace of Wands. How about a Page of Wands coming in? How about you're older? How about you're much older and a younger one? How would that light your fire? How would that make you feel? Whoa, right? Very good. So it's an ego boost, but it's also talking about exploration, okay? The card itself is the exploration, but it also has that potential to be very new and not as mature. So I'm not calling anybody immature, but it means that emotionally speaking, they're not as mature as, say, the King of Wands. So it has its bonus. You may want that. You may want somebody who's inexperienced so that you can just teach them. Right? I'm just saying. Now, also possibilities. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And what I love about this card is that it shows steadfast. It shows continuing to move towards a goal. You have a direction. The Knight does not veer. It's like, I'm going to deliver this message come hell or high water. This could be a knight coming in with an offering of a more stable environment. This romance could flare and move into this. Remember, you had the lovers, right? And it didn't happen the way you thought. The universe has a way, when you stay balanced in your chakras, of making those things happen. So what we were talking about is the possibilities. Now let's go into the near future. How about that? Definitely a love coming in. Whether or not it's this past love, I don't know. Maybe it's a brand new love. Maybe it's one like I said, the universe has a way of going, maybe this was a false twin flame. Maybe this was a false soul commitment and more of a karmic scenario. But there's definitely an emotional love, a divine love, okay? One where it's reciprocated, back and forth, emotionally speaking, okay? There is definitely an ending coming to something, a death that's coming, a transformation, okay? The death card represents the transformation of the old into the new. It represents just like the cyclical nature of the Wheel of Fortune and the World card, with the exception that this touches the spirit and the soul, okay? It is taking all of those negative energies and transmuting them into a purified spiritual form. Now, how do I make that into the human sense? I'll give you an example. The bishop is looking up at the pale rider, okay? Lying on the ground is a king, defeated in the position of death, okay? Now, the bishop knows that even death comes to those in high places, okay? And that death comes to even those in the lowest places. There's no bias with death, meaning that there is definitely something that is in your near future that is going to completely end and transform into something very good, okay? Now, here's the case. In the near future, that could make you very guarded, very protected. You know, we did see that 5 of Cups showed up, you know, with that defeat type energy. You could allow this to happen again, or you can show up. He's got his hand on the wand going, I've got those swords planted, baby. Those are victories. Yes, I was wounded. Yes, I was hurt. Yes, I had traumatic past. I had all those things of the people come against me. The 5 of Swords energies where I had to win at whatever cost to keep my emotional stability, no matter what. That's how you're showing up. You're showing up. Okay, so that's a good card. Here's another one. Another good card, 6 of Cups. So whatever this is, this romance, this love, this passion, this fire, it's following you. It's following you, and you have to. Your challenge card, stay balanced. Okay, and this commotion could be, like I said from the very beginning, emotional turmoil that you've had to go through, carrying it over. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to clarify the self. Okay, Aquarius, how are you showing up in this? What's your present self look like? You know, what's your stance on all of this? 2025 going into 2026, what is your stance? Okay. How about standing over the top of an investment of some kind? Investing into the future, investing into you, investing into some stability. The 7 of Pentacles is there to say, you've planted some seeds, now just be patient and watch them grow. Remember your challenge. I told you I'd refer back to these often, and that's why. Be patient and let it grow. Don't push too fast, okay? Allow yourself to experience the pain. Sit in the pain. You can do this. You know, it's there for a lesson. It's there to teach us. If we just ignore it and brush it under the rug, you're going to carry that same shit over into that brand new love life that you're looking for, that brand new relationship, that brand new investment. Take the pain. Take the pain. Okay? Now, we're going to look at hopes, fears, wishes, and worries for Aquarius. The hopes, the fears, the wishes, and the worries. Okay? The 4 of Cups. Okay? Are you going to keep doing this? Maybe you're saying to yourself, I don't know how to get through this emotional clutter. I don't know how to. And every time you do it, you keep magnifying these 3 things that you don't have, and you're missing the golden cup, which is what I told you. Okay? You're missing that lover's card. You're missing that investment card. You're missing the whole point of what the star card represents, the spiritual enlightenment, the moving through this pain, alchemizing it, transmuting it. That's the journey that you really want. You just don't realize that. You think that it takes somebody else to do it, but it doesn't. That's the part. It's letting this crap go so that you could recognize this when it happens. You know, the universe has a way of opening up a door that you never even thought possible. Okay. Now, Aquarius, this is the outcome and the direction. Okay. This is that outcome and direction card for you. Aquarius, what's it going to be? I had almost 2 cards. I'm going to shuffle again. Hang on. The outcome and direction. Got stuck between my finger there. I'm going to start getting a camera so you can watch me do this. I'm not placing these cards, I promise you. I told you I'm not going to clickbait you. Okay, the outcome and the direction. Okay. I like what this is doing. I like this. This is perfect. 2 cards. First card come out. Oops, sorry. I'll get better. First card come out was the 6 of Swords. Emotional luggage. I'm just going to stop with that. I got lots more to go. Moving out and away from choppy water into, a more calm environment. Remember, your present energy was this chaos. There is that's your sign. Move out and away from it and get stable. Stabilize your life. Stabilize yourself. Stabilize your heart space. Okay? The King of Pentacles is coming in your way. There's a stability coming for you, okay? An offering of wealth, stability, the whole nine. But you have to if you were here, I would be shaking you right now. I love you so much. That's how much I love you. Aquarius, move into 2026 with the mindset that I'm going to invest in myself. I'm not going to let the emotional baggage carry over anymore. I'm done with that. I'm through with it. Not that I hate 2025 or anybody in it. I'm not even going to go down that road. I'm going to see what I can do. Okay. Good reading. Very energetic, Aquarius. I hope you got something from this. I hope you liked it. Thumb it up. Okay. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I hope to see you on the next one. Happy New Year.